Oh man, I loved Heretic so much. It was one of my favorite games ever. Played it. I got a shareware version of it back in the day, and it's pretty much the exact Doom copy down to even the weapons are very close to Doom. In Doom, you got what's a lot of bullets, what's called hit scan guns, and the Heretic's a lot of shooting projectiles, and all the enemies shoot projectiles at you. And so that's where I really kind of learned to dodge projectiles and move around in the Doom. That's where I got good, son, against Doom. And it was made by a little game company called Raven Software. Heretic, Hexen, and Hexen 2 were all pretty damn good games. Heretic 2 is an abomination. And they eventually got bought by Activision, and now they're stuck making Call of Duty shit. Now they're probably, I think, eventually on their way to getting closed down. It's a sad fate. It would be awesome if they were still independent. They could have done, more fantasy type games, or just any kind of basic kind of Doom actiony game. They were good at it, and I really liked them. I think they might have done Soldier of Fortune as well. I can't remember exactly, but. Back to Heretic, it's pretty much they would call it the Doom clone back in the day, but it's exactly. It even runs off the same engine as Doom does, and they're just like little cool items and stuff. You can use like a cool egg and shoot the egg out and turn other players or enemies into chickens, and you could chase the chicken player around. There was a lot of cool things. There was a deflecting shit to deflect bullets back, little time bombs and stuff. There's a lot of things in the item category, and Heretic was one of the first games that kind of gave you just this sort of ghetto look up and look down, because it wasn't a true 3D game. Like Doom's not truly 3D, but they had figured it out how you can look down and stuff. Right now, this game right here, I'm playing Heretic off a Z-Doom type, which is a source engine. That's the way you generally want to play Doom and stuff these days, unless you're like going for particular records or something like that. Maybe there's some like retro speedrunning or deathmatch that has to be played. The original game only runs like 24 frames a second, and it looks like 300 by 200 p. That's some rough shit, man. That's some rough resolution right there. But one of the great things about Doom and stuff, because it was one of the first source port games where, and basically a source port is where people can work on the game. It was released the engine for free that anybody could work on, and it allowed all of these cool source ports. And so the best way to play these older games like Heretic and Doom these days is actually to do a little bit of work on your part and play it on source port. There's ports and stuff done by Bethesda. These are, from what I can tell, all shit, like every single one of them. I think original 360 might have gotten some Doom ports, but that they were also crap. They were also real bad, and they were built off the same engine, so it was like and it just got worse and worse and worse. So you gotta do some extra little bit of work on your part. You don't just go into Heretic on Steam and buy it and then it works. You gotta get the actual file, whatever, and then you play it in Z-Doom or some kind of open source port. But if you're a fan of retro first-person shooters, and boy, I like them more than the new shooters, really. Heretic's a must-own. The level design's really great. The music is kind of weird, but it's really good too. And I think graphically, it's a little bit more graphically appealing than Doom, just with the textures and palettes and stuff. And it stays like a lot of cool reds and blues and greens and tones like that started with Doom 2 that id Software forgot, as they went all mud all the time. And Jude, you should play this. Big Kitty loves these old school type games. She loves, killing the shit with a weapon. The right weapon for the right enemy is generally the technique they use in these games. And the controls and stuff feel amazing, especially since, on the modern source ports you get mouse look and the WSAD setup and all that other stuff. Brian lives for finding secrets, and there's secrets all in this shit. So you just go around and hit all the walls, Brian. You might just be walking around, you hear a little elevator pop down. What the hell happened? Go find the elevator. Brian's good at the secrets. We go find the secret areas. We get loaded up on all the power-ups, and you can lots of difficulty modes and stuff. But Heretic's fairly easy by the day standards. but hey, man, it's still fun. Give it a run.